Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to tonight's Mindful Mondays. Wow, what an interesting time of year it is. The world is topsy-turvy, yet the weather is topsy-turvy, and yet here we are about a month before Pesach. And every year, for those of you who know us, who know me, who know our programs, who know what we do, we have a pre-Pesach session. And we've changed it a little bit this year. And for those of you who don't know who I am, I do need to introduce myself and own my place. A lot of you do know, have been following us for a while. I'm very excited in a lot of ways. First of all, my name is Alan Nemtzov. And a lot of people, like I said, don't know a lot about me. One of my major things, besides that, I'm a psychiatric board certified registered nurse, a health coach, certified health coach, and a published author. In fact, I just published my second book, which we're really excited about. Hopefully, to be in store soon. Very excited about that. And those are great stuff. So, my journey has taken me a little bit different than just my credentials. It's the fact that I've maintained a 100-pound weight loss for over 21 years. And in that journey, I was really in a really dark place when I was 312 pounds, very dark place. I didn't know it. I knew I was not happy. I knew I was frustrated. I knew I was overweight. And I finally, Baruch Hashem, I found a weight loss program where they guaranteed me if I follow their food plan, I would lose my weight in 9 months. And that's what happened. Then came the work. Okay, I succeeded. I accomplished. I reached a goal. Now what? And that's really where this journey, it didn't start there. It started 40 years before there of the struggles, actually 30 years before there, since my bar mitzvah when I was trying to lose weight. And I didn't understand why I was the way I was. I always felt very different, very unique. I never fit in. I don't mean literally because of my size. And it really took me on a very interesting, fascinating journey that in retrospect, in hindsight, I would not change for the world. And Baruch Hashem, I found out how to keep my weight off. I researched it, I clawed, I interviewed skinny people, and I wanted to understand what they knew that I did not know. What was different about me that I could not stop overeating? What was different about me that I couldn't control myself? What was different about me that I was anxious, angry, unhappy, kept going from job to job? Despite my intelligence, despite my skills, I wasn't able to. I was a shaykhut for 20 years, and I kept going from job to job, and I just couldn't keep anything down, and I didn't understand what was wrong. And by some miracle, my wife kept me, which is a big bracha. And I finally figured out and researched what it takes to keep that weight off. And why am I telling you this? Some of this you're going to understand in a little bit of what this has to do with tonight's topic. Tonight's topic is on the banner. It says, "Free yourself from inner slavery this Pesach." I think that's a cute topic. Whoever, one of my team members, they came up with that. Mitzrayim, inner slavery. But I want you to know that everything that I know today and all the work that I do and all the people that I help and all the patients that I see that I help in the psychiatric emergency room and now in the psychiatric inpatient, working with therapists, working with psychologists, working with psychiatrists, working with fellow nurses and nurses' aides, all the people that I work with, and all the patients that I've seen, and all the clients several hundred clients that I've helped in the last, coming up on 7 years now, are all from me being overweight. Fascinating. And that's why I talk about it, because I don't want to ever forget what it was like. I don't want to think that I'm beyond this, above this, I'm better than anybody. That is just an absolute lie. I've been blessed by the Abishter learning, discovering, I should say, these theories that we're going to talk a little bit about tonight, and how these basic theories that I came up with just in order to keep my weight off has helped in so many different aspects. And now that we're focusing on Pesach preparations, it helps in this. And people have heard me talk about this. People have been on my program and have heard me talk about the tasks and what I recommend for pre-Pesach. And I've changed it this year. And we're going to get into a new concept. So a lot of people know, oh, yeah, I know what Alan's going to say. He says this and this. I am going to say that a little bit. However, I am going to give another perspective. And the concept of a different perspective is something I heard a Hasidic Maisa years ago. And it was very powerful. It was told for a different reason, but it definitely can be used today. There used to be where landlords would collect rent. And when people didn't have money to pay rent, the landlord would take the family and throw them into this pit until somebody would come along and bail them out. And they had to stay in that pit until somebody paid for the money owed. And every day around midday, a basket would be lowered down on a rope for food for the day so that they would survive. And this family was down there and they lived there for years. And one day, somebody else gets thrown into this pit. And the children who are already grown up now, who have been living in this pit for years, looked at this individual and go, who are you? Like, where did you come from? And they go, what do you mean? I came from up there. Up where? Up there in a world. There's a world out there. And this individual starts to explain to these people down there, these individuals, about what the universe looks like and what Earth, what life, that they had absolutely no clue. They had been living in that pit all their lives, and that's all they knew. And it's a very powerful muscle, a very powerful story, because when we are enslaved, when we are conditioned to live a certain way, like I was in my 312-pound body, I couldn't fathom, I couldn't understand what it means to live another way. I couldn't understand the concept. And even though people would tell me things, it didn't resonate. There was a block between my ears and my brain. I understood the words that were being said, but I couldn't imagine it being true. And that belief, that perception, is something that I want to talk a little bit about tonight and explain, because if you don't know that there is another way, that there's option C, what I call, if you're only stuck with option A or option B, it's a very difficult life, a very challenging life, a very scary life. It is not living with the abundance that the Abishter blessed and bestowed upon us in this world. We feel very constricted, very limited. We look at the world now, topsy-turvy. And I've been hearing about topsy-turvy world since I'm a kid. I grew up during the Yom Kippur War, and then this war and that, and all the upheaval, and this crash, and this stock market crash, and that. I've been hearing this stuff since I'm a kid. It's nothing new for me. I've been hearing this stuff for over 50 years about the upheavals. And people say, oh my gosh, this is like the worst time that we've had in our lives. And I've heard this stuff constantly. It's nothing new to me. It really isn't. I've seen it. I've lived through it. There have been better times, quiet times. There's always something going on. And I don't come here to explain it. I certainly don't understand it. And I'm not trying to. My point is that things happen in the world constantly. And the only consistent thing in this world is change. And if a person is not open to that, does not understand that, is very limited in their comprehension of life, they will live a very unhappy life, a very anxious life, a very scary life. So as we're coming to Pesach, we're going to be talking about two different things here. There's Pesach, and then there's the preparations for Pesach. And those are two different, very different concepts. Allow me to explain. And we're going to be focusing on both. I have met people, when they hear the word Pesach, get very excited. That was never my perception about Pesach. My perception about Pesach, and if you had a positive one, wow, you are fortunate. Because experience has shown me that the most people that I know, I'm not saying that's most people around the world, most people that I know look at it as a very busy time, a very stressful time, a very expensive time, a very difficult time. And that's been my perception of Pesach. Whenever I hear about Pesach, there's always anxiety around the word. There's stuff that we got to do. Some people have, over the last years, people have found ways to make it easier, to make it more doable. But it is a major event in the Jewish calendar, Pesach. Major event. Whether you stay home, whether you go away, whatever it is that you do, whether you have a Pesach kitchen or you don't, whatever it is that you got going on, there's a lot of things that are happening. We started today. Look at the beautiful weather, 70 degrees. The world is getting ready for the Pesach season. The spring is coming, so it's a change of season. Starting off with that, there's a lot of more brightness in the world, a lot of warmth. So that change in of itself causes us to be a little bit unstable, happy on one end. We're getting out of the winter season and coming into springtime, which everybody loves. The springtime, the flowers start to blossom and the trees start to blossom and the grass turns green for those of you who have grass in your area. And the time of the season is a really beautiful season, Pesach time. So there's a lot of beauty in the world around Pesach. However, till you get to Pesach is a preparation. A lot of preparation. Nobody's not trying to minimize it or deny it. Yes, it's preparation. Whatever it is that you do, we get new clothes. You have children, got to buy the kids new clothes, new dishes, different foods. There's a major amount of work that is typically done during Pesach. In the grocery stores, they've taken away all the Purim Nash and setting up all the kosher Pesach items. And there is a lot of, it's busy, as they say. There's a lot going on. And so that's the preparation of Pesach and then the Pesach itself. So there's two ways that one can look at this time of year. You can be happy, like we said, the weather's getting warmer, trees are blooming, summer is coming, it's a great time. Yetzias Mitzrayim, it's a great time to spend with the family, the Sidorim. A lot of beautiful things are going on at this time of the year. And if you're happy, that's great. Or if you're anxious, if you're unhappy, if you're looking at it as a stressful time of year, as a difficult time of year, it needs a lot of planning, a lot of working out, a lot of figuring out. That was definitely me for decades. Decades. I'm not talking about years, decades. I'm married over 40 years, and it was always a very stressful time. And I want you to know that if you are looking at it like that, I want you to know it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And I remember the Rabbanim, they used to say it. As a kid, I remember it. I remember I would sit, as a 10-year-old, I'd sit and listen to the Rav's drasha, and he would always say, dirt is not chametz, and they would always talk about that you don't have to clean them. They were trying to lower the anxiety of definitely of the wives and the mothers during this time. And I've been hearing this stuff, I'm telling you, I've been hearing this stuff for over 50 years. So it's nothing new. So if you're looking at it as a very stressful time, a scary time, a difficult time, a chaotic time, I want you to know it's not your fault. It's really not your fault. It's not your fault. It comes from conditioning. It comes from hearing these things. It comes from how a lot of us were brought up and what we learned. And because I transform my way that I look at myself in the world from my weight loss, like I started off saying, I realized that there is a way to even look at the challenges, because it is challenging, any way that you look at it. It is a challenging time. How to look at that. And that's what I would like to give over tonight. And hopefully you'll gain something. Hopefully you'll learn something. Hopefully it will make both your preparation and the work and the Pesach itself a much more happier time, a much calmer time, and of course, a much easier time for you and your family. And that is my goal tonight, to be able to give each and every one of you a little bit of a different perspective, a little bit of something that you can take with you tonight, and take with you throughout the Pesach preparation and through the Yontif itself. And that's what we want to do. We want to show you a different perspective. We want to be like those people in the pit where that guy was sent down and he's explaining to them that there is a whole world out there. I want you to know there's a whole world out there. And one thing that we can work on is the way you look at it. We can't change the world. The world is running the way it's supposed to run. I'm not in management. I'm sorry. If you came here to find out how I'm going to change the world, you're in the wrong place. I don't have that ability. I was fired from management a long time ago due to incompetence. There's somebody greater than me, higher than me. It doesn't even come to say greater than me. I don't even know what words to use, but there's somebody else in charge, and it's not me. So if you think I'm in charge, you're very wrong. I came from a mess. That's where I came. And Abishter, in his brilliancy, infinite intelligence, was able to take my mess and turn it into a message. So I'm definitely not the expert on changing the world. I am an expert on changing the perspective that you have to it. And that is what we're going to talk about tonight. And I want to empower you that you get to choose which perspective you want. You get to choose it. How powerful is that? In other words, the one that you have till now, if it's a negative one, it's a scary one, it's a stressful one, once again, that's not your fault. That's the way you were brought up. That's what you learned. That's what your experience from the past. That doesn't mean to say that it's not a death sentence that's going to continue for this year or for any other year. And more importantly, to me, more importantly than the preparation itself, but even sitting down at the Seder night with your family should be at a place of peace, of joy, of happiness, of calm, not of exhaustion, not a, whoo, we made it type of attitude. And many of you may already have that, and that's fantastic. So I'm going to give you some options of how to look at life, how to look at Pesach preparation, and how to look at Pesach, and how to get to there. And then you get to choose. How cool is that? You don't have to follow any one of my ways. You can choose another way. I'm not here to force anybody. That's really not what I'm about. I'm only here to offer you my experience, my wisdom that came from my mess, literally from my mess, from my pain, from my suffering, from my struggles. And this message, that's where it came from. It didn't come from any other source. That's where it came from, my pain. Like I said, if you are not happy around this time of year, if this is a scary time for you, if you're losing sleep at night, worrying about it, if you've been suffering for a while and getting anxious about it, excuse me, Excuse me, I have a little bit of a sore throat. So if you're have this anxiety around preparation for the Yontif for Pesach, I want you to know, first of all, you're not alone. There's lots of people who struggle with this as well. It's not your fault, as I said, and I keep repeating that because a lot of times we blame ourselves, we judge ourselves harshly, thinking that we could have done it better, that we should have known better. Here you are, you don't have to come up to Pesach saying you should have known better because you're going to learn better right today. So there you go. The key to I'm going to use the English word holiday, which comes from the word holy day. It's a holy day, a spiritual day, which means a good day in literal translation. But holy day, holiday is also a very beautiful word. It's not what you do for others, the key to it. It's not what you do for the yontif itself. That is not the key to having a good yontif. Thinking that if I purchase all the right products, if I cook all the right foods, if I clean the house appropriately and get all the clothes done, that seems to be the focus of a successful yontif preparation. And I want you to know that in order to get to that level of success, that level of accomplishment, is not by making lists, shopping, doing tasks. It won't work. That can cause you a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of going to sleep very late as you get closer to the yontif. But I'm going to tell you that the key to having a successful yontif preparation, a successful yontif celebration, like I said, is two different things. There's Pesach, the actual yontif, and then there's Pesach, the preparation. If you want to be successful in both, once again, it's not about accomplishing and completing your tasks, completing your chores, cleaning every bedroom, getting new clothes for the kids, cooking, cleaning, all important things that have to be done. But that is not the key to success. The key to success, to really have a happy, joyous, wholly successful yontif, a holiday, a yontif, is what you do for yourself. You need, and I don't use that word very often for those of you who know me, to take care of yourself first. If you dream about having a successful Pesach preparation and a successful yontif, I've heard Rabbanim speak for years, since I was a kid. And even though I believe that they were trying to convey that message on a certain level, they never really conveyed it in that way. All they said is that, like I said, dust and dirt is not chametz. That was like the famous line that I would hear year after year. But I didn't hear about self-care. Whatever it is that you do, whatever level of Pesach that you decide to have, and I know that there's many different types, and I'm not here to talk bad or good on any one of them at all, but whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you decide to do, however it is that you live your Pesach, I want you to do it because that's who you want to be. That's what you want to do. This is a life that you want to choose. When we do things because we want to, this is our identity. This is who I am. It is so different than looking at the preparations of Pesach as this mountain that we got to climb, this horrible task that we have to do, this tremendous amount of effort and struggle that we have to get to. When we look at it from that perspective, then we're like that family in the pit that is very limited and very constricted and does as much as we understand it intellectually, can't really comprehend the beauty of what we were doing. I've seen people in my years doing this work with other people where the children have asked the mother 2 days before Yontif, they say, Mommy, what's going on? And they go, what do you mean? They go, you're just sitting around, resting. Don't you have anything to do? And they go, no, I'm enjoying the day. But Mommy, you're not busy. You're not running around. You're not excited. You're not anxious. You're not, no, I'm perfectly calm. I'm enjoying this day, getting myself ready for the Seder. Wow. What an attitude. Imagine that. Imagine being able to sit down Erev Yontif or the day before Erev Yontif and just sit down and have a hot drink, watch your kids play or talk on the phone with your friend, maybe go for a walk. Imagine being able to do that without any fears, without any stress, without any anxiety. I want you to know it's very doable. It's very possible. Sleep well at night, not go to sleep at 2 a.m., not finishing, not completing everything. It doesn't say anywhere that this is what has to be done. Yes, it does say you got to get your chametz out of your house. I understand that. It doesn't say how to do it. It doesn't say you must not sleep. It does not mean that you have to take care of yourself. So I'm going to give you the 3 points to get to that level, to enjoy your Pesach preparation without the stress, without the chaos, without the fears, without the worries, without it taking over your life in a negative way. There are 3 things that I've come up with that, in my opinion, when you do this, and I want you to know this is not only the life that I live before Pesach, but it's the life that I live every day. And it's life that I look, and I've worked really hard the last 24 and a half years to get to this, and it's what I teach in my programs. We have people that come to our program with extreme levels of anxiety. We have people who come to our programs who are obese, need to lose weight, are stuck, are frustrated. We get all different types of people who are really at their last leg, are really suffering. Brings me a story of one of the clients that came to us a few years ago, and her sister was in our program, doing very well. And she says, my sister's making chasna, her older sister, the first time. Chasna's in a week, and she's just a basket case. She is just toitmensch. I said, here's my number, tell her to call me. I'll be happy to speak to her. A week before her first daughter's chasna. Fine person, beautiful person, but anxious to the hilt. Worried about every detail, not just about the chasna, the sheva brachos. Unbelievable. She just could not get out of herself. And a good person. I'm not talking about really a good person. And I spoke to her about 45 minutes for an hour. I said, I think you need one more session before the chasna. It's only a week before. Give me another call in 2-3 days. And she was amazed how in just 1 week before her wedding, she had the most beautiful, calm chasna. Now, to me, the fact that she was calm during the wedding and beforehand is only a small part of what we accomplished together. The most important thing for me that I was trying to achieve with this woman, a chasna is only once in a lifetime. It's a very special day. And her 18 or 19-year-old daughter was going to remember that for the rest of her life. And that memory could have been the negative memory of how anxious her mother was, how much she passed on that anxiety to her, and how it really tainted, and how hard she had to work to avoid her mother. Leave me alone a few hours before. Let me do my tehillim. Let me enjoy the chuppah. Let me stay away from that. To me, that is a memory that you just cannot replace. You can't exchange. That memory of the chasna day, that is going to stay with her for the rest of her life. So by her changing her perspective a week before the chasna, and all I did was tell her, what's your job? She goes, I'm the host. I said, no, that's not your job. I said, what everybody's job is at a chasna. Everybody has one job. Everybody. Except for the chassan kala. Everybody else has one job at the chasna. I said that your job is to be misameach. That's our job. That is everybody's job. Everybody who comes to a wedding, it's not to see how beautiful your friend is, or who has the nicest dress, or who looks the best, who walks the best, who talks the best, who has the best gossip, who has whatever. It's not about the food. It's about enhancing the day for the couple. That is the job of everybody who comes to a chasna. And once she was able to hear that and recognize that, all of a sudden her whole perspective about marrying off her daughter, her whole perspective about everything that was going to happen, changed in a moment. In a moment. And her daughter was blessed with a beautiful, without an anxious mother, with a happy mother, with a calm mother, with an excited mother. To me, that's an accomplishment. That is beautiful. My son is still traumatized by the Pesach that we used to have. He's 40 years old. He really is. He hasn't been by us for Pesach for many years because of how we used to do it with anxiety. And I don't blame my wife on it. I really don't. I was the crazy one. I was the anxious one. It's how I was brought up. I'm not here to blame my parents. That's not what I'm talking about. And when I lost my weight, I learned what I had been doing, not just to myself, but to my children. I'm so grateful today that I've reconciled and I've changed and I've learned. Not only have I learned, I teach others. I'm telling you, if you want to have a successful Pesach, if you want to have a successful preparation, the number one thing is you. Your holiday has to be your holy you. You have to take 30 minutes every day from now until Pesach for you. If you don't, I am telling you from experience, it's going to be a struggle. What that means for you, that's up to you to decide. You can figure that out. 30 minutes. Number one thing to do, stop. Stop. Just stop. Take a moment. I understand if you're a kimpeter, it's a little bit more challenging. We understand that there's certain situations that make that a little bit more difficult. We get it. I get it. But even for a kimpeter, when the baby's resting, somehow you got to figure out to give yourself 30 minutes every day from now until Pesach for you. And I promise you, and people who know me, I promise a lot of things. And the reason why I have that confidence to promise things is because I've tried all the other stuff and that failed. And I've tried this stuff and it works. And I do it today, every day. I give myself 30 minutes every day. I really do. Rarely a day goes by that I don't give myself time. What that means for me, that's my own personal thing, what that means for me. What that means for you is your business. What it means 30 minutes to daven, to read, to go for a walk, to go to the gym, to go out and have a drink with a friend, to sit with your spouse and chat, even with small children. 30 minutes has got to be you. If you don't do that, you will break. You won't be able to do the other things necessary. And that is number one. Preparation and Pesach to be successful has got to be you. And if you can't do you, if you are having a trouble doing you, there's something that needs help with, something that needs adjustment. Our programs, we're going to talk about, we do that. We teach that. We have two programs that we have. And then I'm going to give you number 2 and number 3. 3 things. Number 1, I can't impress upon you enough. And when it was never taught to me, this stuff. I remember when I first heard about me, I couldn't conceive it. And there's some very deep reasons why I wasn't able to. It's not so cut and dry and so simple why a person can't or struggles giving themselves that time. There's some very deep-seated conditioning from trauma of why people struggle giving it to themselves. Say, yeah, when I have time, I have so much to do and I have this. I get it. We have obligations. We're busy. We have big families. Once you make it a priority, I guarantee you will find more time and you will be more productive in your other tasks. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. It's wild. It's not logical because we all only have 1,440 minutes a day. That's all we got. 1,440 minutes every 24 hours. The moment we wake up, we are gifted, yes, gifted, with 1,440 minutes to utilize. And out of those 1,440 minutes, 30 are yours, and 1,410 is for other stuff. 30 minutes has got to be yours every day. And if some days you only have 15, great. Don't only little to the 30 minutes. Don't sit there in the clock at the 30 minutes. Obviously, I don't mean that. It's a concept. Don't take me literal. Oh, I only did 23 minutes today. Oh, that's horrible. No, I get it. It's a concept of giving yourself a half an hour a day for you. 23 and a half. You can give to everybody else. And sleep, by the way, I don't mean a nap. A nap can be your 30 minutes for you. But going to bed and sleeping, that's not the 30 minutes that I'm talking about. 30 minutes that we're talking about is in addition to that. 30 minutes from your waking hours for you. We have 2 programs. We teach people how to lose weight. Not so much how to lose weight, because now with Ozempic and micro dosing, new thing called micro dosing with the GLP-1s. And there's pills coming out already. There's creams. There's phenomenal ways to lose weight. And it reduces the appetite. Great stuff. I'm all for them. I really am. I have people in our program who are on it. I think it's fantastic. The thing about the GLP-1s is that they reduce the appetite. They don't reduce the cravings. And to reduce the cravings, the anxiety, the desires, that the minute that the medication stops, 6 months, people gain their weight back. That's data. 6 months. People who take this stuff gain their weight back. Oh, they're phenomenal drugs, and I'm all for them. And if somebody would ask me, should I take them? If you can, absolutely. Yeah, there's some side effects, and that's why there's the microdosing now. The health benefits with it are absolutely phenomenal. It's a miracle drug. I really believe it's a miracle drug. It doesn't remove the cravings. Our program takes away the cravings. We teach people how to keep it off so that you don't have to stay on the GLP-1s for life. Imagine being able to reach your goal weight and maintain it without the shots, without the pills, without the cream, without the microdosing. Yeah. Imagine that. That's what our program teaches. We have people who lost weight before there were GLP-1s and have kept it off. 4 years, 5 years, big amounts of weight, 30, 40, 50, 170 pounds, kept it off. Me, myself, I've kept it off 100 pounds for 21 years without GLP-1s. And then we have other people who can't do the calm, can't do are anxious. And I work a lot with these people. I work a lot with them in the hospital that I work in. I have a lot of experience with this. I consider myself an expert in this aspect. I train people how to have a beautiful yontif, beautiful relationships, not just with your spouse, but with your family, with your siblings, with your parents, with your children. We've had people who have come to us who weren't able to hug their kids. Imagine that. Young woman, Hasidic woman, not able to hug her children. Scary as that. These things happen a lot. Nobody talks about it because it's embarrassing. Who's going to go and tell other people? And we're not a therapy. I'm not a therapist. I'm a health coach, but I'm also a psychiatric nurse. So I deal with this stuff day in and day out. And I've taught this stuff to therapists, I've taught this stuff to psychiatrists, psychologists. It's a powerful program that we have. And we wanted to help people get ready for Pesach. I think this is a very special time of year that we can learn so much from it. I always love this time of year when it comes to the recovering and the healing, because there really is such a tremendous amount that you can learn from for the rest of your year from the Pesach preparations. This is a great opportunity to really learn in a stressful time, because it's a stressful time, to be able to get through it with calm, with ease, almost, not totally, but almost effortless, and really with a smile on your face. And if you go out and shopping, or if you make an order, or if your cleaning lady doesn't show up, doesn't show them, you're able to still get through it. Imagine that, with calm, with peace. Not so much what it does for you, which is also important, of course, what it does for your family, what it does for your children for generations. Because I am certain that my parents, they're not alive anymore, taught that anxiety to me because that's how they were brought up. That's what was taught to them. Generations past them. Generations. My children don't have that anymore because we changed. We stopped doing that. We don't have that pressure. We don't feel that pressure. Yes, we all got to finish by a certain time. We all do, whether you're ready or not. Here it comes. They don't feel that pressure anymore. Imagine that. Change. You can change. So to me, that's much more powerful than this helping yourself. Number one, give yourself 30 minutes every day. 30 minutes. That is a non-negotiable 30 minutes. Non-negotiable. That is something, once you make that decision, I promise you your preparations. So we wanted to have a pre-Pesach sale to make life easier for you. And some people said, what are you crazy? Start a program now? I understand. I get it. But we still want to give you an offer. So what we're doing, we have these two different programs, whether you're coming for weight loss or for anxiety reduction. Either way, trauma healing. The trauma healing and anxiety reduction is one thing, the weight loss, another thing. They're both 8-week programs. And we're giving it at a discounted price for $649. Normally, we charge $900 for the weight loss program and $1,500 for the anxiety program. That's right. We decided to reduce them all to $649. So let me tell you what we want to give you. Number one, if you don't want to start till after Pesach, you don't have to. Oh, but I want that great price. No problem. You put in, sign up in the next 24 hours with a deposit, take a 50% deposit, sign up in the next 24 hours, and you can start now and gain an extra week. We're going to give you an additional week, so you're actually going to get 9 weeks. And in addition to that, you're going to get one free one-to-one session with me. It's a 45-minute session. Normally charge $500 for that session. That's what people pay when they want to have a one-to-one session with me. $500 value you get for free just for signing up for a pre-Pesach. You can have it before Pesach, that session, which I would recommend, or you can wait till after Pesach. If you want to start after Pesach, you will get the 8 weeks starting after Pesach, but you do need to sign up now. This is a one-time, this is good for 24 hours. After that, No more. We never offered like this. Where both programs are the same price, both offerings. We'll help you decide if you're not sure which one you want. Maybe you need to lose weight and you're also anxious and you're not sure which one. Maybe you have some trauma healing, but you also need to lose weight. We'll talk to you and we'll help you decide which one you want. And if you start with one and you realize, you know what, I need the other one, you can switch. No problem. No problem. And like I said, you have a choice. You can start now before Pesach. If it's too overwhelming to start something new, I understand. I get it. You can start after Pesach, but you got to sign up. But if you start after Pesach, you sign up. That price and that offer stays. One free session with me. That's a $500 value plus the program. All you got to do is text in the word sign up, and we'll get in touch with you tomorrow, and we'll get you all going. So, number one, self-care. This is a perfect self-care thing. If you want to know how to do Pesach calmly, if you want to know how to be able to implement what I'm saying into your life, and you think, oh my gosh, that's crazy stuff. Half an hour a day, half an hour, are you nuts? Yeah, it can be done. Absolutely, it can be done. We'll teach you and guide you how to do that. Number two, that's number one. But that has to come first. I don't mean first in the day. It's up to you to decide what time of day you want to do it. You work it out. If you want to wait, if you have kids, you want to wait till they go to school, and then do it. Fine. It's hard to wait till that in the evening, but if that's all that works for you, do it then as well. Doesn't matter. Whenever you do it, it's a non-negotiable half an hour. Number two, we are now, let's see, where are we? We're 4 weeks before Pesach, or it's got to be a little less, right? Let me just check on my calendar. 1, 2, 3.5 weeks. Okay. So we have 21, about 23 days. You make a list of the things that you want to do before Pesach and categorizing: cleaning, shopping, cooking, maybe you're going away, whatever it is. And then you take that list, and this is the only difficult part in this thing, and a lot of you have heard me say this, teach this before. You break it up into the wants and into the needs. What do I want to do? I want to make 12 kugels, 6 cakes, 3 new outfits per kid. I want to do all that. What do I need to do? I need to have, and I'm just giving examples. I need to have 1 Yom Tov outfit for my kids, 1 Chol Hamoed outfit. I need to have 2 new pairs of shoes. I need to make 8 kugels, not 12. And you put the wants and the needs on 2 separate lists. You take the needs list, the wants list, I'm sorry, and you rip it up. You burn it, throw it out. And all you're left with is the needs list. Once you have your needs list, you get to do three tasks every day. That's it. Not 5, not 6, 3. If cleaning, be specific, okay? Today I'm going to clean the kids' bedroom, okay? That's task number 1. Now I'm going to clean the whole house. Be realistic. 3 tasks. So I'm going to clean 3 rooms today. That's 3 tasks, okay? Once you finish those tasks, that's it. You are done as far as tasks. You leave the rest for the next day. 23 days, 3 tasks is 69 tasks. I don't know anybody who has more than 69 tasks to do. Nobody has that much. So if you plan it properly and you put in those categories, you'll be able to complete 3 tasks a day. But you got to split up the needs and the wants. Then once you finish and you did your half hour and you want to do a little something extra, isn't that? Go ahead. But you got to do it in this order. Number 1 is you. Number 1 is you. It's got to be you. 30 minutes, non-negotiable. Number 2, divide up the tasks into wants and into needs. The wants list goes in the garbage. And it's very important that you rip that up and get rid of it. Burn it, flush down the toilet, do whatever you got to do. The reason is because there's something called loose ends. And loose ends cause anxiety. When we have stuff that's not completed, this is where the anxiety comes from. If you get rid of the wants and you throw it away, it's not anymore in the back of your head. It's not anymore causing you anxiety, pain, fears. Number 3. So we got number 1 is 30 minutes for yourself. That's number 1. That's non-negotiable. Number 2, 3 tasks a day. Number 3, the only way to get to number 3 is if you do number 1. If you don't do number 1, and certainly if you don't do number 2, I promise you will not be able to do number 3. Number 3, enjoy the process. Enjoy it. Really enjoy your day every day. Enjoy your preparation for Pesach. Enjoy your Pesach. I remember when I was losing weight, I learned this concept. They taught us that, let's say one day you're having like a really heavy craving. Oh, gosh, I got to have a Danish, right? Or I need ice cream, whatever it was. They told me, I said, this is what you do. If it's really reached such a point, and it never reached that point, but it has since then. But while I was losing weight, I didn't have this problem, but I definitely used it as time went on. It was a great idea. It really helped. If you're at that point, you say, you know what? I'm craving this. I got to have it. Go to a cafe, go to an ice cream store, order a Danish, order an ice cream cone, order the biggest and the best. Doesn't have to be the biggest, but the one that you really want. Don't be cheap. Don't skimp. You're not on a diet right now. Go and order that one thing. You plan it, go there. Sit down over there and eat it and enjoy it. Really enjoy it. No guilt. Maybe call your friend and say, listen, I'm going to have a cheese Danish at Hava Java. You want to meet me? What are you, crazy? Yes, I'm going to go and have a Danish. Can you come with me? Let's spend 20 minutes together and schmooze. I'm going to go do that. Go there. Enjoy it. You will not gain 100 pounds from eating one cheese Danish. You won't. But don't go to the store and don't go to the bakery and buy a 6-pack of Danishes. Don't go to the store and buy a half gallon of ice cream and bring it home. No. Go there, eat it, enjoy it. You really have to enjoy it. But you can't enjoy it if you didn't do number 1, if you didn't take care of yourself. If you're having troubles doing number 1, then I would recommend that you join our program, because there is a deep reason that you don't know, that you are suffering, that you don't have to suffer anymore. You don't have to. Just like the world came and gave us these GLP-1s, which is a miracle to me, incredible, came and gave us this discovery. So to our program, I feel the same way. I really do. It's supposed to be in the world right now. This is what meant to be. Why not? Take advantage. Enjoy it. If it's brought into the world, enjoy it. Live with abundance. There are people who do struggle with number 1. I did for a long time. And if you do, I really understand it. That you don't know how to do the self-care, don't know how to give yourself the 30 minutes. In order to get to number 3, to enjoy the process, you got to do number 1. So if you're still anxious, you're missing out on number 1, and you won't be able to do number 3. You won't be able to enjoy the preparations. You won't be able to enjoy the Pesach itself, not at the level that it's meant to be. It's really a celebratory time, is it? And preparation should be part of that simcha as well. This is the way to get to it. This is what will give you the joy that you deserve, will lower not just your anxiety around it, but also your families, and will help them for generations. How much power you have to be able to do it. So once again, we're going to open up for Q&A. If you have any questions, comments that you would like to ask us, we will be open for that. *6 to unmute. Or if you're online, you just unmute yourself. And we'll take some questions. We'll see how long people are here. If you have something that you need repeated, or something you need to be explained, or something you want to ask. And again, our offer is only for the next 24 hours. You get a one-to-one session with me, a 45-minute session, free. And you can take advantage of it now or before Pesach. You don't need to start before Pesach if you don't want to, even though it is a pre-Pesach there. You just need to sign up before and give a deposit, and we will hold that place for you till after Pesach once you commit. Or you can start now and get an additional week. You get 9 weeks. That concludes tonight's Mindful Mondays. I want to thank everybody who came, everybody who participated, everybody who sat here and listened. I hope you gained something from tonight's session. This is recorded, and we will let you know where that recording is once it gets through. And then in about a week or so, a week and a half, we'll send you the synopsis of this in a newsletter. And speak to your local stores about the book. Right now it's for sale on Amazon. And call Eichler's, call Tuvius. Tell them, hey, do you have the book? Keep those pounds off. We're looking to get in those stores. So if you call them and tell them, hey, where's that book? They'll start selling it. I do believe that. Thank you so much. This concludes tonight's session. And now we're open to Q&A. Who would like to start us off with a question or a comment? If you do not feel comfortable or you are unable to unmute, you can text your question in. For those of you who are online, you can obviously put it in the chat online. For those who are calling in, you can text them in 845-400-9466. And by the way, wherever you sent the word sign up is the same thing. You just have to send in a text sign up to 845-400-9466. Okay, who would like to start us off? Okay, I got a question here. 1 minute. My question is based on a conference I had about making decisions. I don't know if I can answer that here. I don't have that in front of me. But you can send it into the office and we'll try to get back to you. How's that? We're just going to ask questions tonight about tonight's session, only about Pesach. We don't want to go away from that. I see somebody unmuted. 9-8. Hello. 9-8, you unmuted? You have a question?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the beautiful lessons. My question is if the half an hour can be divided in half, like 15 minutes one part of the day, 15 minutes another part of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If that works for you, absolutely. Like I said, don't take literally it's more about even better, because the idea is showing yourself and your subconscious that you're important. So if it works for you because based on your certain situation, divide it up, 100%. The most important thing is that it's non-negotiable.
Thank you.
It's non-negotiable. This is something, the way to get to the non-negotiable, you understand what that means, non-negotiable, right? In other words, you're not negotiating with your subconscious. You're telling them, this is what's going to be. And when you do that, you will find with time that you will condition yourself that you are important, that you come first, and then you'll have the ability to take care of other people. Whether you're married, whether you have children, whether you have friends, whatever it is, you can't take care of other people if you don't have. Absolutely. Great question. Do you understand the concept? I'm assuming you do based on your question.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else? No, that's it. Okay, good. Okay, somebody else sent in. I'm organizing my whole house. I don't know how to eliminate and throw out papers and extra clothing. Every week I clean up the toys and it gets mixed up. Now I'm spending hours to organize it in the right place. Okay, you can use the same philosophy that we taught about setting up your preparations for Pesach. Wants and needs. Oh, Nina, you still have a question? I'm sorry. Oh, no, you finished. Okay. You just look at, excuse me, what you want. Are these toys, are they wants or are they needs? If they're not needs, then what you can do is take a garbage bag, and write on it wants. These extra papers, are they wants or needs? Are these wants? Put them in there. Get rid of your wants, and you'll have your needs. It's that simple. That's all. Use the same philosophy in cleaning your house. If you're spending hours cleaning up things that you don't even need anymore, and they're just wants, and they're wreaking havoc, spending hours of your precious time, then you haven't divided up the wants and the needs. Okay. Anybody else have a question or a comment? *6 to unmute, or you can text in your question to 845-400-9466. You know, sometimes. Yes, Alan published a new book. It's on Amazon right now, called Keep Those Pounds Off. It just came out last week. It's available on Amazon for now, and we're trying to get it into the local stores. Name, Keep Those Pounds Off. Or if you go on Amazon and just type in my name, it will come up. Anybody else have a question or a comment? Somebody just asked, it's not so simple for me. I understand it's very deep fear. My head becomes fuzzy and I escape doing the job. Okay. Are you a member? Are you in our program? I'm not getting any response from you. If you're not in the program, you may want to talk to us about it, because it sounds like you say it's a very deep fear. I get it. So that needs healing. That's what our program does. We heal that. Exactly what you're referring to. Absolutely. If you're interested, sorry, I missed the answer. I said, are you in our program? No. Would you like somebody to get in touch with you? Because that's what our program does. Those fears that you're referring to, the very deep fear, not being able to accomplish what you're looking at, that's exactly what our program focuses on. So, anybody else have a question or a comment? 6-2, hello.
Yeah, hi. I have an interesting question, because I keep my house mostly very organized throughout the year. And comes before Pesach, I literally don't clean anything that I could sell to the guy. And sometimes I feel like I'm like just the opposite. I'm not like, what am I giving over to my children? What is the message? Like, I feel like I too little.
Okay.
You get me?
You're talking
Like,
about just the cleaning aspect of it.
The what?
You're talking about the cleaning aspect of it.
Not only the cleaning aspect, the preparing everything. I don't know. I keep it to very realistic.
Beautiful. What's wrong with that?
I guess I'm used to that it's supposed to be like overly hectic and pressuring, and that's the only way to give over the message of like comments on Pesach and all of it, like the severity of it and blah blah blah. I don't know what it is. Like maybe I'm too lax. That's what I feel like.
So you don't feel that you're good enough with what you're doing? You're teaching your children how to make a yontif. What's wrong with them? Something that they learn, that they're learning, that yontif doesn't have to be hectic, doesn't have to be crazy. That's beautiful. But you're anxious that you don't think it's good enough. True?
Thinking it's like good enough in I'm just thinking like good enough in which aspect?
You're not doing it right.
I'm not.
You're not teaching your children?
That's right, exactly. But I'm not teaching them like with that intensity.
So you're anxious. So you're not doing number one. So you're not doing number one. Number one is to give yourself. Giving yourself is teaching your children that a way to go through life is take care of yourself first. And then you'll be able to do everything else. So you're giving yourself, but you're not enjoying it. No, this is not good. I'm not teaching my children.
Yeah, okay, I get the connection, yeah.
Like I said, it's not about what you're doing, it's how you're doing it.
Right.
So if what you're doing and you're saying to yourself, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not good, there's no difference in the other person who's overly anxious And teaching your children anxiety, there's still anxiety there. You're thinking yourself that you're not good enough.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got it. I understand. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good question.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Question or comment? Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Again, remember today's offer, next 24 hours. And I want to wish everybody a beautiful Yontif and a beautiful Yontif preparation. And we'll be back with Mindful Mondays after Yontif. We won't be doing another one before Yontif. But if you want to get in touch with the office for any reason, 845-400-9466. And we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. And hope it enhances your Yontif. Take care.